goes to B. Merle Crouse, class of 1952. Merle, would you please join us here on the stage? While Merle's coming to the stage, I would like to recognize Merle's special guests. His wife, Jean, daughter, Deb Morris, BC class of 1982, son, Jerry, BC class of 1979, grandchildren, Jacob B. Crouse, Stephen Crouse, and friend Emily Miranda, and William Morris and wife, Andrea Perez Morris. Also special guests were Eleanor and Richard Roller, Earl Fike, Grant Simmons, Laura Jean Rittenhouse, and Karen Turnbull. Family and special friends, thank you all for attending here this evening and sharing this special time with Merle.
Tonight, the Ripple Society medals are being given to 3 alumni whose lives exemplify all those qualities we continue to work at, instilling in our graduates here at the college. These alumni have led lives richly lived in service to others and in bettering society. You can read their full biographical sketches in your programs. Now I'd like to take a few minutes and touch on some of the highlights for Reverend Crouse. The Reverend Bernard Merle Crouse, class of 1952, has had a remarkable career in the ministry, which led him to travel the globe with his wife Jean and serve with his family, 3 of whom are also BC alumni, in such far-flung places as Germany, Turkey, and Ecuador. Merle has worked with Bulgarian refugees in Istanbul, co-founded and directed the Center of Theological Studies in Quito, Ecuador, and served in numerous capacities with the Church of the Brethren, including district executive for the Atlantic Southeast District from his home in St. Cloud, Florida. His service to Bridgewater College has been as varied as his service to the ministry, including stints on the Board of Trustees and the Church College Relations Committee. In recognition of his distinguished career, his extraordinary commitment to community, and his unwavering devotion to Bridgewater College, the 2016 Ripple Society Medal is presented tonight to B. Merle Crouse, class of 1952.
I feel like I just won an Olympic race and stood on the steps where they give Olympic medals. Thank you, Dr. Bushman, for this award, and I appreciate all those who have chosen me for this. I don't think there's any special reason, really, that I was chosen, and any number of names could have been pulled out of a hat of people that I see and recognize here tonight for that award. Thank you to Bridgewater College for introducing me to the wider world. Bridgewater helped knock off some of the countrified rough edges that I brought to this campus 68 years ago. When I look around at the friends and family who have kindly joined us here tonight, I realize that the church has been an important part of our friendship and common ground. I have known Dave Rittenhouse, who's here at the table where I was, one of my roommates. I've known him for 85 years, since we were both born the same week in the same neighborhood on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and have had enough experiences together in many places to fill a fat book with stories. And we were hearing some of those stories a while ago. Two of our kids, our children, were named after two of you who are here, Gerald Rolla and Grant Dwayne Simmons. Two of our sons carry names from those two friends. I was in the Clericus Chorus with Earl Fife, who directed the group as we traveled to churches all over the Southeast with singing programs. The Clericus Chorus was a student-created and directed group for several years that I'm sure a number of you were part of. Doc Jobson was influential during my college years as coach for track and cross country. Biology was my major, so Doc was my professor of zoology, entomology, herpetology, ornithology, geology, as well as comparative anatomy. He taught me to be a competitive runner, and his no-nonsense attitude and approach to things helped me to focus on that which was most important. Right after graduation, I went to Europe as a seagoing cowboy, working with refugees in Germany and then on to Turkey. I met my wife Jean, who is here in Istanbul, and she has been my good wife of 61 years. Jean and our 5 children have always had a wonderful, supportive relationship. And as we get into older age, their support means everything. I appreciate the presence of friends and family here tonight. Thank you for this special evening. Some months ago, in February 2015, I was in Florida, where we now live, when there was an unusually bright full moon. I was inspired to write these words to scattered family members. Dear loved ones, right now we are under a full moon, no matter where you are. Here's a message about the moon and what she sees. The moon is full and round like a butterball tonight, casting her light across a sleeping land. People are in their beds, people with dreams, people with worries, people with grief. In some places, the moon reflects off new snow. In other places, the earth's brown bosom stirs with earliest spring. In other places, the moon's brightness competes with sleepless cities. In some places, the moon mourns over violence and cruelty. In other places, there is gentle peace and joy. O moon, May you find us to be people of peace, warmth, and love. Amen.